I'm Alan. I'm going to discuss the architecture for total recall, which I call, for memory of Copilot agents. So, you ever have a problem where Copilot always says you don't have that information? So, what I did was I structured something to see that it actually knows what you're talking about from the start. When you start a conversation, it would immediately tell you what your last discussion was and asking you if you want to continue that discussion or not. For the architecture, I'm using three types of tables. So user preference table. So that's how the an instruction for the agent on how you prefer your answers to be. And I've got a topics table. So I actually stored topics of discussion. So it's like project A, project B, then a memory table where the facts regarding that topic is actually stored. So it's Dataverse lookup to the topics table. In order to actually give Copilot a context before you start, is through the conversation start system prompt. It's like you could access here topics. You've got system prompt, system, and conversation start. That's actually a trigger when you refresh the item. It actually gets the context before you even actually said anything. It uses the username to actually get the details from the Dataverse. Got a workflow that actually Power Automate just to get all the details from the users. The
Agent looks for you and then looks at the history
yeah,
and then presents that to you before you even ask the question.
yeah.
Awesome.
Or it's actually that's on conversation start. So there's a system topics there. So there's a trigger called conversation start. So that starts the conversation. So the workflow for the conversation start is actually on conversation start, get the user ID. And from there, you branch out to get the topics from the Dataverse based on the user ID, and create an array. Then my on my topics, I've actually got a last active date, which I update whenever I call in that topic. So it actually knows what the last topic discussed was. So you just filter it through sort it by descending order. So you get the first one. Then based on that one, you get the memory, access the memory table and filter out based on that topic. You create an array of the facts regarding that topic. On the other branch, you get the user preference, and you create an array and you pass all of those information back to the Copilot agent that it actually knows what you were discussing, everything. So just make sure you store the variables as global so that it actually doesn't sit inside the topic. You can access it from outside the topic. So this is my flow for actually, so this is the topics for conversation start. Then I just initiate some variables, the user email and first name, just personalized. Then I use the email, the input for the flow. And this is the output. So the user reference, topic list, topic, and facts regarding those topics. And the flow would look like this. The flow chart I showed you earlier is like more the dense version. This is more like you initialize variable and you parse JSON and things like that. So it's more like appending arrays and
Does that help save on your tokens of using Copilot?
quite sure, but actually when you have a Copilot 365 license, I'm just from
chat,
my
not the full version.
Yeah. on the chat version, you actually have like call in Dataverse without any consuming any like credits. So then you respond to the agent. So that's the conversation start.
Happens in the loop, what you do.
This one is just appending to array. So you're just creating a array of like all the facts so that it's stable.
Okay.
Goes to the agent as a table. It's just creating an array of memory created on and fact content, because sometimes you'll have like a fact that's like the budget is 4,000, then after a while you update the budget to like 5,000. You could ask the Copilot agent and it will have an idea of what was the latest that you mentioned.
Yeah. Can you show the tables if you don't mind in the?
Yeah. So this is the user preference. So as I just have like tone friendly output with point where necessary, and it filters it out on who actually created the item. It will actually, when the flow grabs the detail, so it will just filter out on who's the user was.
Okay.
For the topics, I just have topic and last active date. So I just use the last active date as a sort out what topic was actually last discussed, so that when you start the conversation, it already knows this is the topic.
So at the end of the, the end of the Copilot, you update this table with the latest date as well.
Yeah. So then on the memories, it's actually linked to topics.
Just a moment. I check just a moment.
This is fact content regarding Project Alpha. So this is a Dataverse lookup to the topics.
Okay, gotcha.
So those are project beta. So now you've got context at the start of the conversation, but now you need to actually save the facts and detect if the user actually wants to change the topic to a different one. So for this one, I'm using the trigger on every message, every user message.
Can you make it the full screen thing? The people in the online call as well, they will be able to see it.
Conversation start, and that's the for the conversation start and one. So you could actually create a topic trigger that's actually the message received. Oh, before the Copilot agent actually responds to you, can pre-process a message so that it actually just grabs like what's current and what's like meaningful. So for this one, I'll just show you an example. This is like where discussion was about project beta. So actually asking me, you want us to talk about Project Alpha instead. So it's like I'm passing in two topics to the list of topics. So it's like I've got this list of topics, and I think the user is trying to actually sort out which topic it is. So it's like Project Alpha, then you say yes. Yeah, I've got a flow to actually grab all the details of Project Alpha and feed into the Copilot before you actually get the message.
I think I missed something. Where are you storing the previous conversation details?
I'm storing previous conversation on fact content.
Okay,
So on a Dataverse table,
okay, so it's pulling it from Dataverse. Okay.
and there's a lookup table to the topics.
Yep, okay.
But
cool.
it's not the full, is it the full message context or just the,
No. So I don't want to store everything that's been
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So I actually have this is I'll just show you that's the
right, show? It's at the bottom. It checks if it's a fact.
that's my workflow for the message received. So on every message received, I've got a custom prompt. Actually, tell me if the user is actually trying to change the topic,
Okay.
or are we keeping it, or is it a new topic that's not actually on the initial list? So I'm passing in the array of topics to the agent just to ask it. It's like, are we still keeping to the same topic, or are we switching to a current one, or are we creating a new one? Is this a new discussion? So if it's a new topic, then this is, oh, I forgot to put here. This is asking the user, do you want to switch topics? So it should be around here. So if it's no, you just carry on down. And if it's yes, so is it a switching to the existing topic or a new topic? So if it's a switch, you actually if it's actually a switch, you get the memory based on that topic, and you create an array of facts. Then you update where the column is last active date, because you're like using this one now. So this is our current conversation. Then you set it as a variable. Go here. And if it's a new one, you add a new topic to the topics list. Then you actually set the active topic variable, grab it, and you add it to the array of topic variables. So I'm not actually going to add the topic, then recall all the topics again and create an array. So I'm just from the variable, I'm just adding a to the variable, so you don't actually cause you or automate calls to actually. Then after that, my prompt also tries to extract the facts that was mentioned. So it's not like the whole conversation, just like the actual facts, what the budget is or and things like that. So if a fact is available, yes, so I add it to the dataverse of facts and with the link to the actual topic conversation.
And that fact is extracted or composed by the outcome of the custom prompt or?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and after that, I pass the details to the agent. So custom prompt would, so my custom prompt design would have the task of analyzing the user message is still the same context as the active topic. So I wanted to compare message against available topics so that it actually knows it's like, are we still talking of the same thing?
Mhm.
So decide whether to keep, switch, or create a new topic. Extract important facts by the user. So my input for the custom prompt is active topic, available topics, session memory, and user message. The output will be keep, switch, or new. Is there a fact detected? Yes or no? And the extracted fact present. That's a sample of my custom prompt. So this semantic routing and fuzzy, ignore typos and substrings. So analyze technical terms. So and actually the response will be let us switch. Then the topic still the same, and what the topic ID or GUID is, so that we could actually just use the GUID to actually figure out the things from the facts from the query table, and then it extracts the facts in an array. For this one, so I don't have much instructions for the agent, so I'm just like saying that this respond to the message of the user. This is the user, so this is his message, her message, and use topic is about that one, and this is the current session fact, session memory, and historical memory for relevant past facts. So I've got two memories here. I've got the historical and session memory because I don't want to, when I actually add a fact to the dataverse, you don't want to recall everything and create another array. So when I store facts into the memory table of dataverse, I just update the variable. So the historical would be like the ones coming directly from dataverse, and the session memory are just like updated variables to go along. And still what the user preference is. So this architecture is actually reusable for agents. So it's because the processing is actually done on topics, you don't actually need to give instructions that much to the agent. So the agent will have like just all the memories passed on to him. Then you can actually prompt the agent to do what it's actually meant to do. So it's like if it's a project manager agent or project assistant, so you could actually ask it about projects, and it actually just grabs all the detail, but it's not actually being passed on to it with like asking it to filter everything. You pre-process it before you actually give it to the agent. So it's like instructions are clear to the agent. You could reuse this architecture to different types of Copilot agents. So it's just Actually, yeah. You could reuse the architecture and it enhances the agent because it's like it's not bombarded with facts that are not relevant to it, and you don't have much instructions to it because only instruction would be like what its task is and user message. So just to go with, this is the route and memory. So there's actually you could add a topic. This is where you change the trigger. So I use the messages received trigger. For my, this is the trigger message received. So this is the custom prompt. So I'm passing it those details. And that's the custom prompt. That example in there. So then the output is JSON. And it has that one. So these ones are the ones being processed by the workflow. So if it's a switch, this is just getting the GUID of what the actual topic is, because it's like changes GUID, then the prompt would actually give a different GUID, so we don't actually use this one. This is the keep would just go straight down, and this is the question for the user to actually, do you want to change topic or not? He answers yes to a no. It actually need a flow for this one, but it's more used to using flow than update doing it from the topics. Things like that. Get onto a flow. This, as you can see here, this is session memory. So it's like, as I said earlier, session memory is the current conversation. So because I reset this to a blank state, because all the details are historical memory, because we grab it from your flow. This is just condition on, is it there a new fact available? There's a new fact. I've also got an action to actually just sit onto Dataverse. And then that's one, then that would the one after the topic ends, that's the one being actually passed into here. You could actually, like, it's all filtered and only what's relevant. All the pre-processing is done at the back end. Okay.
Next question.
Yep.
What if the input is not text? Do you, like, for example, upload a file? Do you process it, become like convert it into facts and save into, or is the image to convert it into?
Yeah, you could actually do it like that as well. But this is more on, the one I did was more on the conversation part. You could actually pre-process it to be like, is this document based on something? So then it would read the document, then actually you route it to say, that would be your custom prompt to actually, with this document, is it still regarding this topic or not? So you could actually pre-process it during the custom prompt.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because you have the clip icon there, so you can like upload. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking. It's all good.
It's not, I haven't actually done it to upload, so it's more like on the conversation part.
But is your system like production yet, or it's more like
Okay.
demo?
I've used it on our place,
Oh, cool.
so it works.
How was the performance?
We
Like
don't
quite
actually have like a lot of users, so it's mainly just and a few managers using it.
Oh yeah,
So, but actually, it's
performance
quite
good.
performing. I expected, but this is just like the basic because sometimes you actually need to have something like you've got topics, you've got the topic, which is the main topic, then you could actually put in more attributes. It's like, is it budget? Is it regarding different things? So you could actually filter it, that one, but your custom prompt would have to like figure out what the topic is and what the subtopic or attribute is.
Are you, for your Dataverse rows, are you just adding a new one for each conversation, or are you overwriting the current row every
No,
time?
I'm updating, creating one.
Yep.
I don't update. So for the historical, so it's like the budget was this one,
Yep.
and it was changed to, I think,
Does your prompt review all of the Dataverse rows related to the, or does it just look for the most recent one?
now it's getting all the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, so I asked what the budget is, and then the agent said the budget updated to 50,000. Alex is in charge of the budget. Then what was it before? So the previous budget was capped at 40,000. Phase one before it was updated to 5,000, so 50,000. So it actually, that's why on my people here, well, I'm using the created date, so you could actually, it actually knows when that fact was added. It's intelligent enough to know that it's like, this is it now, and this is what it was previously.
I do have one. Oh, I got one. About the database storage, because you got so many tables, like facts, memories, and
This one you could actually like, this is just the basic, but if you want like an enterprise grade, you could actually like just filter like the most recent fact, and that's where the attributes come in.
I see.
So it's like you could add this is the topics, but this is the attribute. So it's like, if this is the main like project alpha, and we're talking about budget, so you could filter it through that one so that you don't actually ask everything. So for this one, you could actually get the memory table to actually have more columns to actually like filter it more, or you actually process it. So you don't actually have to process every single fact.
That is happening through your custom filter is happening.
So your custom prompt would need to have more like instructions to say like, these are all the topics, and these are all the subtopics.
Mhm.
So you could actually ask it to like, what's the topic and subtopic, and you go from there.
Really great.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Let's say you add new knowledge with regard to the project Alpha A with the new budget,
Yeah.
but the budget dated was like from the previous. So the way it rates is actually based on the way it process is actually based on the time you type in the question, or based on the knowledge date. Like for instance, if let's say you upload document 1, the budget 50K for project Alpha A, but then you upload a new document,
Yep.
which is the old budget. And when you type in the question, it will reflect to the old budget with the old document and new budget, or the new document with the old budget.
Could do with that one is actually, are you talking about this one, knowledge? Could actually have a, so if it's linked to a OneDrive, you could actually have a flow that when it's actually a document is added, so you'd have another like flow or AI builder to actually grab the document and extract all the fact contents and then write it down to the memories database, the fact content here. So you could actually have a separate one for its knowledge. So when you upload it, actually writes the facts here. Then you actually have the timestamp and when it was created. So you'll be having the facts of the most recent one when you ask it.
Any other questions? Alan, this is really great.
Thank you.
And can you introduce yourself because you are new to this community?
Sorry, I'm Alan. So I'm not actually an IT, so I'm more a citizen developer. And I've got background in mechanical engineering, graduate diploma in business and master's in finance, but no IT. I'm more on, but the place where I work is a manufacturing company, and I created all the Power Apps and Power BI. So we actually have a system where I've integrated it with MYOB and everything. So when work order gets created and it actually like it's linked to Power Apps, so we could actually like grab details from the work order and the production floor would just put in the work order and they would have all the details. And we've just created an Copilot agent where it's actually linked to the on-prem SQL server. So you could actually, every morning you could go and ask it, it's like, what happened in the last 24 hours in the production? Then it would actually give you like a summary. And you could actually, the quality manager was quite happy because you could ask it for like what the problem was and give me a analysis or like a customer complaint response. So you could just ask it to like, based on the response, you could actually ask it to like verify why you came up with this response, and it actually gives you like what the was and what maintenance did on like that.
So is it like you are a one-man army?
I'm just, I actually started because my background is mechanical engineering and manufacturing, I started out as a quality. And I actually automated everything in quality and I have nothing to do, so.
Well done.
You are an IT dude.
So they actually asked me, it's like, can you actually do the rest of the production floor? So that's when they gave me the IT your job, which is, I'm the only one, so.
Yes. Nice.
Yep.
Guys, online, any questions? Online, please feel free to unmute. If you have any questions. Folks, please give a big round of applause for Alan. Okay, so we got approximately 14 minutes. Maybe we have 3 minutes break. That is the refreshments and cookies are on your right, and we will meet here again at 11. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Oh, thanks.
No, I thought maybe it's halfway.
No,
Doing.
completely forgot about it.
No, I just I'm okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, things are.
To bring us downstairs.
That was great.
Yeah, well.
It's just frustrating when you just said something and you just, like,
27th.
I don't have that information. I just-
I'm a mechanical engineer. I found that. Then I
I've
resigned.
been using.
Oh, wow.
Do
Do you have something else lined up?
Yeah,
I started like just fiddling around and just like.
that helps. That's how it starts. Right? So you're the citizen developer that we're not scared of.
Cowboys.
For sale.
I think again, you get. Cowboys.
For sale.
Those are very
Oh, for zero, like, the problem is not like one client, but you start growing.
Mhm.
Asking like, all right, for you, what about the team? About training. I started training teams, bringing them to their days.
Okay.
And then it becomes like, all right, something so you can put them to work. Yeah. I don't know. One of you.
You don't want to be the only one.
You let people.
Yeah. Okay. But the voice.
She is quite absent in the past, like,
You know, they are that way.
no, absent.
Oh, okay.
She was actually. Initially, she was working more. Or,
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
but,
Swapping around that way, I think.
yeah, it's hard.
Fine, fine.